Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is John with Tommy's Top Picks. Today I am going to do a little bit of Genesis deck building. I built my first deck the other day, so I'm just going to go through some principles. I probably won't build the whole deck here, but just kind of get a sense and idea of what I want to do, because it'd probably be boring to just watch me flip through cards and decide what I like and don't like. But I will go through some of the principles I kind of figured out while building the first deck as a means to help others. There may be other guides out there. I didn't see anything. I didn't search very hard though, but I figured this might be useful for the community or those of you who are curious about it. So the key factor is you can only have 250 chi, which is this number upper right. Let me get this a little closer. Upper right there, you see the chi, and 50 cards, no more, no less. So that means 5 on average, which means every time you put a 8 chi value card in your deck, which is the higher tier, you need to also put a 3 and a 4 in it, because 8 is 3 over 5 and a 3 and a 4 is a combined 3 under 5. So the way I built my deck yesterday is I found all the powerhouse cards I wanted, and there may be other balance factors I'm not considering. This is my first deck building. I have not tested decks. I could be way off, like I could be screwing myself and creating a broken deck that doesn't work. I don't know, but this is just my thinking. Feel free to leave a comment if there's something that I need to be considering, if I've forgotten something, if I'm being stupid, whatever. Happy to hear it, because I am learning, and the more community content we have around this, I think the better off it will be. But the way I'm thinking about the math is that balance. I'm looking at the 8 value cards, 8 chi cards that I'm interested in, such as this one, Longma. It's an epic rare. It's a full art. I definitely want to bring this to the table. So I'm going to. So I'm going to consider bringing that in. Now, you have to look at the symbols, right? So they're both in the belief structure, and then the other one is the survival structure, which is down here. That's these piles. I've broken them out by chi, except for the special cards like the foils and stuff that I have. They're kind of sitting off to the side. The other pile I need to consider is this, which is the non-affiliated or non-colored, I guess. So these are kind of generics. They are a bunch of useful cards, and I think they'll be good filler. I'm not entirely sure how much I want to use them. Like this river seems really good. You set down a place and it heals. It just heals anything that steps on it, which is interesting little battle thing, right? There's a few of them in here. Anyways, so what I'm thinking is I'll go through, find the 8s I want that fit my style and what I want to do with Iblis, who seems pretty good. All damage dealt to you reduced by 1. That seems like an excellent ability. Heavy attack 3, and it's electric, so think electric stuff, think Healy stuff. I think when I was doing the box opening, we noted that a lot of these yellow things have on the stack triggers, so you want to like stack up 3 or 4 effects, and that it increases the power of the effects. So I'm going to look into that as a means, or kind of a theme to work around the stack building kind of stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. And then maybe some heals, stuff to keep her alive. Him, her, I'm not sure. Bellum's feather, elf. I'm not sure if it's her or him. Whatever, them, keep them alive. And then I'll just look for any other thematic things. I'm building more around theme than trying to build like super competitive. Obviously, early, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I am not 100% certain on. One thing that's different than my Kato build, which was my first one, is this person only has 80 of the power, the energy. And so something like this that costs 19 is going to be a huge chunk of that 80, right? That's a quarter of their power. So I'm going to look for ways to either extend that by doing fatigue-based stuff, or extend it by doing things that have a lower cost or more of a lower cost. Now, this is the part I haven't figured out, that how you do a curve or averaging out things so that you don't end up with stuff that just burns you completely out really fast. I don't know how to do that yet. If you have advice, please leave it in the comments or something I can look at. I would be happy to do so. For now, I'm just going to focus on the chi factor, which is for every 8, I'm going to put a 3 and a 4 in. And for every 7, for every 8, is that right? Yeah, I'm going to 3 and 4, and then every 7 I'm going to put a I gotta double check that on my last deck. I might have messed that up. Every 7 I would put in a 3 and a 3. No, I did that correct. Yeah, 3 and a 3. So doing that balance so that I get to the 250 chi rating, and then from there I'll play test, right? Again, casual format, not sure about all this stuff yet, learning as I go, maybe making broken decks. Happy to hear any advice. I will definitely try to get these epics in here because they're epics, and so that just seems good and fun to put out there. So here's my first 2 cards, 8 and a 6. 5s are neutral. You don't need to put anything else in. So when counting, I basically count this is 3 cards, this is 3 cards, and then 5s is 1s. No, I'm sorry, 6 is 2. So 3, 3, 2, 1. And then once I get to 6 or 50 as a total here, then I fill in the cards that need to be to balance the average. So it should work out. Let's see, Blown Away, push, 5 energy. That's 7 fatigue. That's 19 energy. See, that's the part I'm not sure on. I kind of like this. It's a 4, so we'll put that in the 4 pile. All right. Let me get this a little better structured. I'm going to put these neutral ones off to the side. Keep the hero up here so you can see it. Here's some neutrals that were just shiny, so I thought I'd throw them down there. And let's get these stacks kind of set up. So let's make sure I can see them on the camera. I have it sorted by chi value. They are not sorted by name though, so I have to flip through all of them. And this will give you an idea of the principles. So there's a stack of 3s. And how I built the last deck. It took me a while to figure all this out, but it's not that big of a deal. I think it's very reasonable. It makes for an interesting build process. So far, I enjoy my Kato build. Directly after I finished it, I thought of a couple things I wanted to change, and I did not do it yet. So I may go back to my Kato and make it do a little bit more warpy slap damage, because I think that fits his theme very well. It was a water earth build is what I did. And seems pretty good. A lot of earth synergy, a lot of water synergy, and then a lot of like makes him feel like water or mud. I have a tar pits. I have a couple things that make him move around, and he hits you, so that makes him feel like he's hard to hit. A couple dodgy things. So it felt very thematic. He feels like trying to fight water. He has a lot of minions with water and earth effects, including ones that add what is it called, where it adds the weakness. There's a name for it, I can't remember, but yeah, have that in there. And then a couple big swingers like a dragon that's really hard to kill because it's aerial. Where can I put you, because we're running out. All right, sorry, this is the hero in case you want to look again. Iblis, not much on there to worry about while building, so it's fine. Only thing I want to consider is like 80 energy. So this, you know, that is, was that 1/4? No, sorry, 25. This is 1/4. Yeah, 20 is 1/4. That's 1/8 of the total energy. So I can only do that 8 times. So I got to keep that in consideration. That's the only big thing. Electrical storm. Definitely want electrical storm. That's going to go in there. And then this. Electric brand, that's it, brand. That's what makes weakness 2. And since the hero does electric theme is good, so I'm going to include this as well in my 6s. We'll dig in. Oops. So yeah, all I'm doing here is just sorting them out by chi value. And then we'll go through and see which ones seem most fun and thematic. Obviously looking for electrical. Looking for overvalued effects, things that have synergy with electrical in general, or things that make it very hard to hit, such as aerial, for things that are cheap, so that I don't have to worry so much about running out of energy, things that produce extra value. So in this case, for the survival, I'm going to be looking for those duplication bugs, the ones that make other enemies into the bugs or summon extra enemies when they get beckoned. There's a couple of those in there, so those are really interesting. But that's kind of how I'm going to do it. All right, so let's start with the high value stuff. So rope tornado, and I'll probably cut some of this out and fast forward as we get past the super valuable stuff. 2 life, 11 energy, so that's expensive for me. 4 air damage. It's not really within my kind of frame of reference what I'm trying to do here. Then you may place them. So it's movement. You move stuff around. I think I'll skip that. It's not electric. It's not within the theme I want. I'm trying to do electric and bug replication. That's kind of my mindset for this. So anything that's not that, it's probably going to get a pass. That's too expensive. 25 or 10 off the deck. I think I'll skip that. Longma, we have one. Do we want a second one? Probably not. Area attack. Yeah, no, I think... Ooh, it's area attack though. That's pretty good. Nope, I think we'll skip that. I think we... Subjugation Strike. Deal 6 holy damage to target in its awareness. Heavy holy attack. That's really good, but again, outside of the theme. So I think I'll skip those. Let's go down to the bugs. We can go back to it if it's... Electropheromones. You deal 6 electric damage to everything in Electropheromones awareness. Seems good. And then when a summon is killed by this, place one of the ants from your subconscious. See, this is the theme I want. So if I'm going to pay 31, which is a huge chunk, I'm going to slap them real hard and I'm going to put a bunch of bugs down. This is my theme. That's what I want to do. So that goes in. That's an 8. In my other deck, I think I only had 3 or 4 8s. So it just gives you an idea. You're not going to have that many. That's why I'm being picky on what it is. Execute while it's on the stack. Okay, this was that stack thing I was talking about. Whenever an ability is played, you may negate precise thrust. If you do, then return it from your memories into your thoughts. I don't understand that. Okay, while it's on the stack, whenever an ability is played, you may negate it. Okay, so basically you can do a big swing if they're going to kill it by doing some sort of counter. You can put it back in your hand. So that's pretty good, but not really on theme, so I'll skip that. Caustic Millipede. This seems okay. 6 life. Electric attack, so it's on my... and it's swift. It's expensive, so this will be a big hitter. I think we're going to do this. It does have decay, but I think a lot of the bugs have like decay kind of associated things. Let's go into the 7s. I think we'll just start out with some piles and then we'll come back and figure it out. Fatigue 6, so tire out your opponent. I like that. Swarm, I want this one. It's expensive, but it's totally on theme, the bugs. And this may end up being a bad choice. The bugs may not be a good fit for that hero because of the lack of energy. So this is very expensive, but it has a replicate and heavy attack. Enters from your thoughts. You take a copy of this from outside the game, place it on a spot adjacent to this, facing the same door. So this is a double summon of yeah, okay, so it's a double summon. Pretty expensive, but 2 bugs for 12 each. A little expensive. I think I'm gonna bring it in anyways because it's on theme. We might end up cutting that one. When an ally is summoned adjacent, you lose life. You lose that much life. Seems bad. Oh, this is a curse. Interesting. Okay. Not on theme. I'll skip that. And then we'll put this one down here. Let's go through. We'll cut some of these, I'm sure, because I'm already feeling like that's weighted too heavily for high energy use. Again, let me know in the comments if I'm thinking this wrong. Cure 4. Seems pretty good. Target ally in its awareness, so you can heal your guys. Expensive, but good. If it's the 5th ability on the stack, it becomes Cure 8. Now, this is another stack one. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with so low energy. You gain 1 for each ability on the stack. This seems more reasonable. Heal was not really in the plan, though, so let's keep looking. Basic attack 3 becomes X, where X is the number of abilities on the stack. So this is a stack attack. It doesn't use energy, so that's probably worth considering. I'll put that in the list. Air damage, unfortunately, instead of electric, and it's pretty expensive. Target a... Okay, that's interesting. All right, put that in there. Guardian of Balance, heavy attack, Day of Peace. When it enters the arena, prevent all damage dealt this round. That seems really good. I might like that one. I think I'll do that so they can't wipe my bugs when I get them out there. Area range attack, that's probably good because it's fatigue instead of energy. And then Guardian of Balance. Holy attack 4 enters everything adjacent to it, gains life. Pretty good for the bugs. Too expensive though. Keep on going. And we're back to the beginning. Okay, that's a big stack. Oops, I put those in the wrong place. Yellows. Okay, yeah, these were the oh wait, no, I did put, what the? Not sure what I did there. Okay, curse wasn't added. I guess okay, yeah, here we go. So these are the 7s. That's already too many, so I'm going to have to cut this down. What fits theme? I like these. I like these. I like the bat and the swarm. Okay, let's see here. So, here, let's count it up. So, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36 cards already without adding anything else. 36, 38, 40, 42, 43. So we still have room. So this is actually okay. Not inclusive of the value costs and stuff. So let's stick with it. Let's stick with it. I think we don't need to cut anything out yet. Let's take a look at the 6s and see what we want in here. I think we're going to have to skip the stack stuff, focus on the bug stuff, and the off the top of the deck stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't have fatigue reduction. You know, some of those heroes have a 1 or 2 here. Very good for high fatigue decks. But some of these I think we can handle. Ability is stunned, pummel, so I don't have stunned stuff. Clone, this seems within line. Next time you beckon a summon with 6 or less this round, that summon gains replicate. This seems really good on top of stuff that already replicates, so I'm going to add that. Oh yeah, I wanted to do these for sure. Electric attack, decay, so if it deals damage to a summon, then that summon gains decay, so it actually poisons the other guys. And then whenever a summon with decay dies, any of them, which we already included one, from your subconscious, you put a bug, one of the ants. So I'm going to need more ants, but I think these are good. Electric Storm is kind of a must include. Direct damage, I think another one of these bugs. And then this virus and electric storm and another bug. All right, this is too much now, we know for sure. Let's see. Let's go through it again. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, and then 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, and that's it. We're over with 50. Okay. Let's prioritize because this is definitely over the top. Let's see. So this is expensive. Let's go for the cheaper stuff or the more effective stuff. So electric damage on everything seems really good. But bugs. I like the bugs. These are expensive though. They're about 1/4 of my entire energy pool to put these down. But it's a couple bugs per. Let's see, what's this one do again? From Jason said it's double bring in. This is 19 double bring in, but then the decay. Yeah, decay brand. I like decay brand. I think I'm sticking with that. Electric brand is really good. And clone is really good. So let's get these ones out. They go here. What is this? Fire attack. This is out of theme, so we'll take this one out. I guess I can just toss it here. And then let's go back again. Electric storms. How many do we need in a deck? I have 3, and those, and this. This seems pretty good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 18 plus, I should probably memorize this. 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. So these are 36, 46. Still over by 4 points, so 2 of these can come out. All right, so we'll take one of the bugs out. Oops, yeah, that's why that doesn't go there. Take one of the bugs out, and we'll take one of the electrical storms out. They're too expensive anyway, so it will be hard to afford all this stuff anyways, but you do want, at least I think, you want consistency. That's kind of what I'm going for here. So let's get these in order where they don't flop around as much. because of the sleeved ones and the non-sleeved ones. All right, so we don't need this push blown away. Yeah, maybe we do. It's a 4, so it can go there. All right, so now I'm basically there. So let's see. Again, let's count through it. So again, for every 8, I'm going to need a 3 and a 4, right? So this counts as 3 cards. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. And these count as 2. 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, and 50. So this is my whole deck. This is the power of my deck, and then now I need the balance cards for it. So for every one of these, I need a 3 and a 4. For every one of these, I need 2 3s. Is that correct? 7? Yeah, 2 above. Yep. I need 2 3s. For every one of these, I need a 4. And I can balance it slightly differently, but that's the way I've been doing it. And so that equals 3 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 3s. 3 4s. So let's go through the 4. Well, so, oh yeah, I can't even do any 5s, can I? No, I can't because I actually maxed out on these. That might be okay. Let's just see how it plays. We'll see how it goes. And again, first time at this, and we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and pause here. I'm going to go pick out some 3s and 4s I like and balance out the math. And then, because you don't need to see me through this process. You get to see. So I created the theme around the power. Now I balance it out. I'm going to try to stay on theme. I may find some utility cards. When I was making Kato, I found like the pillars were 4s, I believe. And so they helped me tighten my theme. And I actually ended up going back to these and adjusting them. I may end up doing the same. I'll try to show you that process. But that's generally what I'm going to do. Use these, look at the utility, and then things that fill in that feel very on theme with an electric heavy blasting damage reduction hero, champion rather, elf. So we'll see what it is. I'll be right back. Right, and I'm back with a 50 card deck for Iblis. Iblis, I don't know. No idea how good this is. Again, big factors to consider. Only 80 energy, whatever that is. No fatigue reduction. Does reduce all damage. So that is part of what I'm relying on and part of the theme of the deck. So we'll go through real quick. Bugs, very basic bug, 1 for 4, not expensive, does 1 electric damage, basically just toss away, kind of get in there bug. Illusion Moth, this is a decoy, so it avoids something dying. If I have something important and want to keep it alive, I can do that if I have the opportunity. Swarm Leo, it has decay, we talked about in the previous section. The decay effect that when something dies by decay, it will bring in bugs from the sideboard. I'm going to have to get some tokens for this deck. Another cheapie that does 1 electric damage. There's a couple electric synergy cards in here, so I figured I'd get as much electric as I can. This is card draw. Reveal top 2, put any of them into your memory. Rest on the back in any order, so it's not really card draw, I'm sorry. It's ordering my deck to make sure things are fine. Costs life though, which I find to be useful because any damage dealt to you is reduced by 1, so I think that costs 0. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I have incorrectly interpreted that. Do costs overcome this resistance to damage? I'm okay either way because there's plenty of life, lots of life reduction, and that allows me to sort my deck the way I want. Not the end of the world. It does go into memory, which means I am discarding out and could deck myself, but I don't think that's a big risk here. This is a multi-cost, so I can either pay energy or stamina depending on where I am, and it allows you to prevent 1 damage, which is bug protection. That is part of the theme, is I'm going to prevent 1 damage on a lot of things, try to keep bugs alive as long as possible, try to get the swarm out so it's so big it's overwhelming. I got a couple copies of those. Electric, I realized I needed some direct damage to deal with flyers. I believe when you cast something that's a target, you can hit aerial. For cast, it's not true of attacks, but I think it is for cast. Again, let me know in the comments if I am wrong. One of the synergies here is if I already hit with 1 electric damage from this guy, it costs half as much, 4. And at 8, with 80 energy on this, I can do 10 of these. At 4, I can do 20. I don't have that many in the deck, but point being that it's very efficient use of energy. So I got a bunch of those copies. And then I ran out of cards that were kind of interesting and synergistic, so I threw some right hooks to fatigue my opponent. And that's it. So for the 3s, that covers that. Spore Cloud, preventing damage. Again, another useful one. I can drop that anywhere on occupied spots. So I do this kind of in the middle of my bug swarm, let them all walk through it one at a time and get prevention as they go into the front lines. A Replicate card with a heavy attack 2, one of those kind of swarming effects that I like. It does cost 9, but that's actually really reasonable for what it's doing. Another electric attack bug. And launch, I thought this was funny. You toss your bugs into the front line. Really good for the ones that will decay and then replicate, so I think I'll use that. Wind Slash, ranged air attack. Again, I need to deal with aerials, and there's only so many ways I can do that. Hollowed Ground, again, prevent 1 damage. That was one of those things. Again, prevent 1 damage to a target. So I can see the theme is happening. Bugs, preventing damage. Beck and Break. I did switch it up. I took out one of these ones so that I could get some more 5s in there because I ran across the electric pillar on a 5. Really good electric weakness. That adds 1 damage to every electric. As you know, I've done a lot of electric through all this. So really good in combination with this deck, I think, at the beginning. And then this break, this Beck and Break. Lots of breaks are really interesting. Basically, whenever I take damage, I get a token. If 5 of them build up, I get to place a Rhino Virus from my subconscious. That's one of those tokens, and I believe that's a replicator. It's either a replicator or a decay into replicate. So clone, we talked about that. Replication, resurrect, conjure this thing. Whenever a summon decays, place one of the ants in their spot. So having this out is going to trigger all that decay action. Electrical Storm, electric damage, board wipe sort of situation, another one. And then Picornavirus? I don't know, whatever. Electric ranged attack, so again, clearing the air. You see it can hit multiple areas, which is great. And then if any damage is dealt by it, then they get electric weakness. So I don't think that stacks, so I don't think I can get electric weakness and electric weakness, but it allows me to cover more of the board with electric weakness, which will help me win. Guardian of Balance stops all damage. Again, protection, 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 electric, 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 kind of the theme. Hits for 5 as well. Hits in an area, has a big area effect. Very expensive, so hopefully I'm not going to get too many of these in my hand because I wouldn't be able to play too many of them, but hey, pretty good. Basic attack with modify stack. This is something that I'll do some stack play with. I may end up killing these, but it seems very powerful. So I don't know. It really depends. I don't think this will play too often, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, it's a basic attack 3 for 5 endurance instead of energy, which I can kind of afford with this deck because I'm mostly energy starved. So this one's really expensive, but this is the Bacteriophage. One of the things I can get in from Beck and Break, I believe. No, that's a Rhinovirus. It's a smaller one. It's one of the ones over here that I don't have in the deck, but is pretty useful. Anyways, heavy attack 5, replicates, very nice. Expensive, but you're bringing them in. And then the Swarm of Ants, very nice as well. And then, of course, our big ones, the Decay Caustic Millipede with ranged electrical attack in a straight line. Does decay out, which would then drop in some bugs, and then pheromones, yeah, brings in a bunch of bugs, which is nice, and then the Longma just does a push. This probably could go. I could probably switch that out, but I like the art, so I'm going to keep it in for now. Anyways, that is the idea and the rundown around this deck. I have no idea if it's any good. I will probably play it against my Kato deck sometime soon, as soon as I can get someone on to play. Probably won't record that because it will probably also be a teaching session just to teach them how to play the game and that sort of thing. But thought this was an interesting exercise, interesting how the deck build works. I like it. It's very fun, very straightforward. The math is simple enough. Again, I could be missing something. Leave a comment below if I'm missing something important, such as value curve or averages or whatever. But I am enjoying building decks with this so far. So very fun stuff. Thank you so much to Genesis for all this fun and games. They didn't give me anything. Thanks for making an awesome game. That's fun to build. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, cracking packs, playing games, enjoying your own favorite hobbies. And until next time, have a good one.